The struggle of getting started again. I mean, honestly, I just feel like I'm in this phase yet again of being behind. So, in order to tell this story properly, I need to rewind. Like, I was not myself. I firmly believe, like, just because you fall backwards does not mean that you should just quit. It's a deep, deep wound for me because, I mean, I grew up with family who didn't care. I grew up with people who hurt people and violated people. Like, it can feel very lonely. Putting on the blame on the victims yet again. You should forgive your abusers. It's tough because not everyone is going to understand what you're trying to do. Decide how you're going to continue to operate. I just feel so grateful and just like so whole. Like I feel nourished soulfully. So yeah, I was feeling great, nourished, wholesome, feeling just like in alignment with all of my goals, all of my hopes, all of my desires, and doing the thing that I keep talking about. I was writing, I was creating, I was doing and producing and hitting publish and just in my element, wholly, all of it. And then I got sick again. Firmly believe, like, just because you fall backwards does not mean that you should just quit, or that you should just give up. It just means you've been, you took a step backwards and you've been rerouted, and you just have to circle back and figure out what it is you truly want to do and what you desire, and go for it. So I sometimes didn't come back as soon or as quickly as I should have or could have or whatever. I think sometimes because of that voice of like, oh my God, it's been forever since you posted, or oh my God, this is old footage, or whatever the situation is. And it's just self-imposter syndrome. It's just negative self-talk. It's just perfectionism, self-doubt. It's limited beliefs, all of those things. And the struggle of getting started again. I mean, honestly, I just feel like I'm in this phase yet again of being behind. Always feeling behind in life, but in goals and things that I'm trying to do, and just never feeling like I can keep up. A big part of that is because my husband and I move so often that it just feels like I'm starting over every time we move. And I was looking up the other day, we've moved nearly 10 times in 6 years. Like, my brain hurts thinking about that simple sentence. Simple being not really simple. I feel like I'm behind again. I'm not in the right headspace. I feel like when you move, you go through just so much emotional sort of feelings, you're grieving old lives, you're preparing for your new life, you're out of, routines that you had in the previous life, and the rhythms of living are different, and everything stops while everything changes. And I just, yeah, the struggle of getting started again. That's where I'm at. I'm trying to like get things figured out and just start over. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I kind of wanted to pick up the camera and just sort of talk because I I cannot I cannot be alone in this feeling. I know I'm not alone in this feeling of always being behind, this feeling of never feeling like you're where you not necessarily want to be, because I'm one that really cherishes where I am, trying to be in the present, absorbing the present and the now and being here. But there's when you're moving, when things are changing, when there's transitions, when shifting of careers and all of this stuff, things shift, which you shift, and life gets turned upside down, and we can't negate that sort of statement. So, yeah, this is me just trying to embody the true essence of living. Like, this is an element of living, this is a rhythm of living, and I'm sort of over this narrative or belief that we can't share the struggle, we can't share the negatives of life, we can't share emotions that are not joy and happiness. And I feel like, oh my gosh, I could say so much, but I'm just not going to with this video. I'm struggling. I'm starting now. I've obviously been picking up the pen and writing in my journal. I've been doing a lot of reflection. I've been doing a lot of ego work, in the sense of like, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to sit here and try to do things the way you might see it online. Or I'm not necessarily comparing myself or my ability to other people, but I think there is an element of like, I know I can do better or produce better, in the sense of like my videos or things that I create. And I'm in my head again, and I hate this part of my life. I always, when I fall backwards, I feel like I really fall backwards. Depression comes up, anxiety comes up, and it's not just a day or two or a week, it's months and months on it. Excuse me. And it's this feeling of just constantly being behind, constantly feeling like I can't catch a breath, because there's so much going on and there's so much happening, and yeah. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, I'm gonna stop this sort of cycle and ruminating thought patterns. I'm going to stop procrastinating. I'm going to stop putting like perfectionism at the top. I'm trying to remove myself from this person that I think I need to be in order to do what I'm doing. And I've been reflecting and writing a lot in my journal, just again about this feeling of behind, about the struggle of starting over, this just starting again. And I'm a big proponent of like, begin again, start where you are. And you have to remember, like, where you are is not where you were, and everything you're bringing to the table now, even if you're starting over, you have all of the stuff that happened before that you're bringing to the table to start over. You're not starting from scratch. And I feel like I've had to constantly remind myself over these last few days and weeks on the page, that reminding myself that I'm not starting over. Like, starting over, period. I'm not starting over, period. I'm starting over with everything that I've experienced and everything that I've gone through and everything that those lessons and the growth that I had on the previous time that I started over and the other times I started over. And I'm beginning again with all of that. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.